What's up, squatty? Let's go, baby. Ooh, we're making some money. We'll see. We will see. First things first, let's go grab that camera. Just keep on girl. To love me. Alright, okay, good. We all systems go, baby. Actual battery. Yes. Alright. Strike two. Okay. What's up, everyone? My name is David. And I've been running the photo booth business for over 4 years. It seems like 1 year because everything's happening so fast. So my job here in the industry, of course, is to create educational content that'll help you guys capture amazing photos, videos, a little bit of troubleshooting, some marketing, some leadership. And basically, we here to help you scale your business. Now, that's the business. So if you guys have any questions, go ahead and place them in the link. Today, what I'm doing here is taking a Canon R100 and I'm taking a 24 to 50 lens, and then we're going to turn on the camera. We're going to set up the settings, and then we're going to ship it to the client so that all she has to do is plug and play, because the settings are already going to be adjusted on her Canon R100 so that she can take beautiful photos. Beautiful photos. Yes, yes. In the meantime, y'all can go ahead and post your questions, and I'll go ahead and circle back to your screen and answer those questions. You heard me? Shout. Yeah. I think it's gonna give a shout. Should we do some giveaways? Please tell me you got some juice. That's the truth. One. This is. This. 805. Yes, sir. What's up, Tommy? All right, so I'm going to go ahead and teach the world something here. Please bring up the Canon R100 shooting styles when it comes to fineness, picture style, threshold, and strength. So I'm going to drop the fineness. I took a picture of the Tommy Jordan and M Drums 275. I got a question here from M Drums 75. Do you have any bundle package with everything included? You could get that bundle, and I'll go ahead and show it to you, M Drums. I'll show you how that looks like if you were to opt in for kind of like a starter kit where everything really comes included. It'll look something like this. I'll share that with you here. Can I shrink this a little bit more? Because quite honestly, I'm taking up too much space. Let me see. Choose your videos. No. Okay, here. There it is. So for example, let's say you guys are on the online store, right? You quickly see that there are a couple of different items, but the one folks are most interested in is, of course, is Mr. Professional. And there's several different variations. Now, if you're looking, say for example, you are barely getting into the photo booth and you have a budget, and that budget already includes the cameras, the printer, and you probably already own an iPad. So a good starter kit would be this one, and I'll tell you specifically why. So for example, this one includes the print cover and the flight case, right? This one over here includes the best backdrop bundle, 16 centimeter upgraded. So that includes an actual backdrop with 2 designs. But if you click on this one right here, what you'll quickly notice is that once you select the faceplate color and you select your iPad model, for example, most of us have iPad 13s and some of us have 12.9s. Those are the most popular ones. Once you select your iPad and your photo booth shell color, then it gives you the option. So on top of your backdrop bundle that you're going to be receiving that comes with a pouch, the actual frame, and the design, you can opt in for a printer cover, printer stand, flight case. Most folks, including myself, we go with the white DMP. So it would be this one right here, white printer DMP, right? And then you would just choose the designs that you want as far as the backdrop. So for the backdrop, you would just go right here. So select your 2 backdrop designs, and once you click on here, then it'll take you to all of the actual backdrops. Now, let's say, for example, you go into one of the actual catalogs, then you would say, okay, I like D2 and I like D5. So when you go back to your order, you just put D2 and D5 right here and then add to cart. And then also what you can do is use a firm for financing. So that way you guys can actually break it down into payments if you need to. So that's how you would do that. M-Drum 75 is you would go with the bundle that pretty much you feel is best suited for you. Now, on top of that, if you don't want to get the printer case, the printer cover, what you could do is you could just get the booth and then opt in for Mr. Professional Starter Photo Kit. Now, I don't make money off of this kit right here because what I'm doing is I'm grabbing all the parts from Amazon and shipping them to you. So this saves you time. So, you'll get all the stuff that you need. So this client got exactly that. So what I ended up doing is I actually ordered some of the items here so that I can ship it to her all in like one bundle. And what I did for this specific client is I'm actually getting the camera, opening it, and actually setting up the settings that I have on my cameras so that she can just plug and play. She can do it too by going through tutorials. I show you guys how to do that. Go over those settings. And if you guys buy an actual booth, what happens is you guys will have access to a private playlist on YouTube, and it shows you, it's basically like a video vault in which there's troubleshooting videos, and then there's actual videos too to help you become a better photographer and a better video. So I hope that answers your question. Let me go ahead and get some cleaning. Here, I'll be right back. I'll be right back. Where did I put that bottle? I'll get back to your questions, guys. Trust me, I'm here to help you out as best as I can, because it's what I do sometimes, man. Okay, go ahead. A little bit of that right there. Let's see. Get it. Beautiful. This camera's set for business. Let's go, baby. Okay. All right, cool. Oh, cool. We got some more questions. I'll go ahead and get to that question in a few seconds here. Let me just make sure. By the way, guys, as if some of you guys, if you guys are already in the industry, the photo booth industry, I recommend you guys always shoot in manual mode. All right. Now, you guys, of course, are gonna do what you guys want, but I'm just saying this because I've been in the industry for over 3 years, and I care about my clients, and that's how you get really good reviews, and that's how you get really good referrals. So, yeah, do the very best job that you can. So this camera looks like it's ready for success. So hit off. Stabilizer is on. She is solid. So let me go ahead and address some of the questions that I have here by Paula. Wow, that's an interesting long username. Let me see if I can pronounce it. I'll do my very best. Paula Basali 3928. Any recommendations for 360 booth that are a little bit shaky with a lot of movement on it? All stuff are tying well, and the rod where the camera is short. Is there? Yeah, so there's actually newer generations of 360s. Here, since we're on right now, let me go ahead and give you some massive value. So I'm going to show you something really interesting. Is there like another name I can use? Because that name, I don't know if I can repeat it every time I'm addressing you. It's like a long name. Do you have a short name? Yeah, I got your name. All right, hold on. Let me turn it up a little loud. Let me turn up this light a little bit brighter here. I'm gonna go give you a quick demonstration. I'll just say 3928. So I'll give you a demonstration of 360 video booth arm that is super duper stable. Here, I'll find it for you. In fact, I'll share the link, and then I'll give you and I'll show some of the ones that I have here. 360 video booth. Watch before you buy. Okay, so for 3928, what's up, Paul? Paul, so check out this video, Paul. Save that. Watch that video later, Paul. You're gonna see that in action. But in the meantime, I'm gonna go ahead and just give you a visual right now while I have you here on the chat here. And so check this out. So I have a bunch of different arms, Paul, and I keep them inside of these right here. Okay, so this arm, for everyone that's watching that has the 360 video booth, is way better than the first generations that we got a few years ago. So you'll notice that only my manufacturer Jeremy has this because him and I have been working on this design. Okay, so this design sits on a D mount, and what it does is it has a really strong lever right here. So you can actually really lower it like this and get some crazy angles other people can't get. And you can also raise it to the top. Now you quickly see just by the ratio as I'm holding it with my hand, you can see how thick this is, right? So it's crazy stable. And the reason I was working on this for such a long time is because I was adding a lot of weight to the 360 video arm. And because I was adding a lot of weight to it, I needed something really strong and stable because I had an iPhone, a power bank, and I had a DSLR camera connected to the iPhone on the top to get some real good videos, Paul. So this is exactly why it took me a little over a year to design this specific design here that's crazy stable, but at the same time extremely functional. And you walk around the event looking like you're in archery because you're able to put it in this cool little bag, zip it up, and it's so easy to set up. That was the entire setup. All you got to do now is put in the 360, slide it in, and tighten it. And like I said, it's all about efficiency. So this is it right here, Paul. I hope that answers your question. And that video that I sent you, you get to see this bad boy in action. By the way, if you're interested in upgrading your 360 video booth, you can contact my manufacturer directly. He is going to be in the link of all of my videos. His name is Jeremy. Just let him know that you want the same arm that David created. Just he'll know exactly. As soon as you say David or say the latest D-mount arm, he'll know what's up. He knows what's up. This is the one of the old school arms we used to use on the 360. This one would you twist this, and then you twist this again, and you keep pulling it out until it's long enough or short enough. So this was another style of 360 arm. I've been working on a lot of different ones, but I feel like we finally hit gold by that last design that I showed you guys for the 360. If that's the one that you have, Paul, then if it's still shaky, I think it's going to be one or two things. It's either going to be the software. So if you're using Snappic has a setting in which it allows you to add smoothness to the video, just like GoPros. You can put it in certain modes in which it will reduce the shakiness. So if you're using Snappic, what will happen is it's going to give you cinematic, and then I think the other one's extra cinematic, and then there's like a third one. I usually leave it in the middle, and it's creamy and smooth. So that right, and of course, Paul, in the very bottom of your 360 video booth, you got to make sure that all the actual legs are hitting the ground. They're all putting pressure on the ground, so it's nice and even. Also, it also matters on your phone. You know, these iPhones have something called a gyro effect. So the gyro, it's basically like an in stabilizer on the iPhone. So if you have anything from like an iPhone 14 and up, you should get decent smooth footage if it's coupled properly with the software settings, Paul. So I don't know what software you're using, Paul, but if you're not using Snappic, I have a link in all of my videos that'll give you a 14-day free trial to try that out. So I hope that helps. What's up, Mike? Mike, I own a DJ business. I rent photo booth from a different company for almost every event. I'm sure I bought probably 2 photo booth bundles already. I love to buy my own. DJ. So, I get calls on a daily basis, primarily from DJs and photographers who want to invest in a, long-term, like a photo booth that's going to grow with them. And so I always tell DJs, you guys are so lucky because us photo booth business owners, we get selected like third. Like, when people throw an event, they usually first think about the food, the vendor, and of course the planner, but then the DJ, there has to be music. And then like whatever money's left over is for entertainment. And that's when like they call us. But if you're a DJ and you're already in the door and you can just offer them a bundle by offering your video confessional booth or your 360 or your actual DSLR photo booth, then you're going to make so much more money. It's crazy. You already built the trust factor. They already like you as a DJ. And all you're going to say is, oh, by the way, and that's all you have to like hit them with. By the way, we do have a perfect bundle for you if you haven't found, So yeah, Mike, I know a lot of DJs that invested in Mr. Professional Photo Booth, and they're making really good money. And here's the thing for any DJs watching. For DJs, it's very difficult for you guys to scale your business because DJs are basically like an individual who's unique with a unique playlist and reads the crowd and performs. It's like a performer. So you can't replicate a DJ. So for DJs, it's hard for them to scale their business. So actually getting photo booths is a good way to add to your actual business. Because quite honestly, I know the struggles of DJs. It's just the best you can do when you're a DJ with just that offer, no photo booth, nothing else, is just charge a higher rate. And it gets to a point where, of course, you hit a ceiling. So yeah, being a DJ and adding, photo booths to your services is a no-brainer. It totally makes sense. I would do the same thing. You know who can make a lot more money than the DJ though? Imagine the taco guy providing a booth as well. That would be a unique situation, So yeah, that's pretty cool. You're welcome, Paul. I hope that helps, Paul, because that's one of the actual common problems that people had since I started my journey. That would come up very, very often. Go ahead and keep flooding the chat box with questions, guys. Yeah, if you guys just joined, we're covering ground from 360 video booths to standard mirrorless booths, you name it. So now we got here, let's see, we got Mike. Mike, thanks. Do you also sell video confession booth you spoke of? So Mike, what's really wonderful about Mr. Professional Photo Booth that's available online is that it can easily be converted to a video confessional booth. This is why I call Mr. Professional Second Generation the world's most versatile photo booth. In fact, I'll give you guys a quick presentation because it's worth giving this presentation. The way I can justify it is when people hire you, like a wedding planner or a bride or a groom or a couple, they hire you for their wedding, they're paying you for the photo booth, the GIF, the still photos, and even the prints, right? But on top of that, just like I was telling Mike, as I was telling Mike earlier, is it's all about upsells. It's about adding that extra layer of profit for your business and adding that extra layer of value for the client. So the video confessional booth is a no-brainer because you can charge an extra $190 for that feature. You already have the booth. All you really need now is this. I don't have it in front of me, guys, but you're going to need a microphone, and you can just get these stickers on eBay. So you're going to need a microphone, and you're going to need mics. So those mics, one of them goes in here, and then the other mic, the receiver, is connected to your camera. So your camera is taking photos, your camera is taking GIFs, and then when they want to leave a message on your software, what you simply do is you go to video, and then you give the person the microphone, and they start talking. As soon as it says recording, they start talking, looking at the camera. So that's exactly how you would make even more money on top of your standard booking for your photo booth services, which I think, once again, it is absolutely a no-brainer to add that video confessional. So I want to do something special here for you guys. Let me do something extraordinary. Let me find it here, David. Okay, I got it. So let me show you guys something here. I think you guys will like this. I'm going to spark up some ideas here with you. Hang tight, guys. I'm going to give you guys a visual right now. Give me uno momento.
The easy
peasy, homie. Yeah, but keep those questions coming, guys. And then I'll do my very best to answer those questions. So video, general photo booth. Where are we at? Here we are. Let me share my screen with you guys. Check this out. So I'm going to show you guys my plans. And so when people land, when people get, when they sign up, right, they give me their information. We send them a brochure. The brochure looks like this. Select your turnkey package. So they can go with the photo booth fun, which is our most requested production. They can go with the portrait station experience, which is higher end. Or they can go with the custom studio build out. And then the prices are right down here. So they can select this one for $480, $1,100, or $4,400. Now, let's say, for example, what I was showing you guys earlier is, let's say they go with the actual mirrorless photo booth session, the portrait session. They'll go to select right here. So how does that look like in real life? Well, they'll go and select here. And then for the second part where it says optional, select add-ons, they're most likely going to do prints. And if they scroll down, you guys will see that I have video confessional booth add-on for only $90. And if you think about it, those $90 almost cover the entire photo booth attendant that I'm sending out. It almost covers like over 75% of their wage just by them adding this feature. So this ties back into, it gives us more of a profit margin and it gives more value to your client. So if you guys like that, go ahead and hit the thumbs up if you like the concept there. Because if you guys hit the thumbs up, like I said, that for me shows that you guys are kind of like, yeah, we're going to try that. That might just work out for us. So everyone here on the TikTok page, what I did is I'm actually live again, not only on TikTok, but on YouTube. And I'm showing you guys visuals. Right now, what I'm doing is I'm programming a camera for a client who bought Mr.Professional Booth so that when they receive the camera, they can just plug and play. You know, when it comes to the DSLR photo booth, you know, I'm going to start calling it a mirrorless booth because these cameras are actually mirrorless. They're not DSLR cameras. DSLR cameras are older cameras. Most of them don't have viewfinders. So this is the industry staple. It's called the Canon R100. I coupled it with a 24 to 50 lens. So the client can put this in their Mr. Professional photo booth. And if they need to zoom in, they'll zoom in. If they need to zoom out, they'll zoom out. And and they don't necessarily have to move the entire booth back and forth away from the backdrop, especially if it's connected to the printer. So this is why I love zoom lenses when it comes to setting up the booth. I love zoom lenses because of that. Yeah, you guys have any questions? What's up, Nana? What's up, Invite? What's up, Esther? Yeah, if you guys have any things that you guys want to discuss, any topics, please let me know. It looks like we have more questions right over here on YouTube here. Let's see what we got. Photo Bomb says, "How's it going, David? Just got home from an event. Nice to see you live. Man, you are one of the hardest working people I know, man. An event on Sunday and just got home. That's super dope. Are those Meta glasses? If so, how do you like them?" Yeah, these are Meta glasses. I like them. I don't love them. And I knew that they would do this. So it's supposed to be, you know, HD, but it's really not true like 2K. So the new models that they came out are claiming it's supposed to be like a higher quality of video. So I knew they would do that. They never give us full value up front. They always want to capitalize on small little upgrades. I don't love that concept, but that's the way the world works for the most part, I guess. But yeah, I like them. They're too big for me, and they have one size bigger than this. I think what they should have done is have one size smaller and then kept the larger size. So these they tend to like slide off. But yeah, I like them. These have a 32 gigs of internal memory, and their life. Hold on, I just activated the Bluetooth and music went on, so I could listen to music, photos, videos. When it comes to recording videos, the battery starts draining on these fast. I mean, super fast. So fast, it's like, come on, guys. I'm not even gonna get like 10 minutes worth. So yeah, about 10 minutes worth of like ongoing shooting the video, and I have mine set to where I can record 3-minute videos, which really helps because when I'm giving out a tutorial, I'm actually having like multiple cameras, multiple angles, and I have these on so I can give you guys more of an immersive educational experience. We got Brittany says, type of camera do you use? Brittany, this is a Canon R100. If you don't have one, you're going to need one for your photo booth business. A lot of folks try to do the R50 or the M50. The M50 is a super old camera, but it still does its thing. But if you want a camera that's going to be reliable with the USB Type-C, the Canon R100 is what I have in all of my photo booths. That's why if you go to my website for the starter kit, I'm going to be sending you the Canon R100. For this specific client, what I did is I'm actually programming the camera here and I'm setting it up so that she can just receive it and she's good to go. But I have videos on YouTube that'll show you guys the actual settings that I use. So there's picture profiles here in which you guys can customize. Where's this coming from? Sorry guys, I have ADHD. Like if something's not perfect, like I lose. There you go. Voila. Yeah. All right. So let me go ahead and put this camera on the charger. Let me put the battery on the charger. Hold on, guys. Oh, you know what? Let me go ahead. Hold on, I'm at it. Let me also delete and format the card as always. It's funny when you guys have issues with your camera. 90% of the time, all you really got to do is format the card. So I'm gonna do that right now. Yeah, you guys are asking some pretty good questions. If you guys have any other questions, keep those coming. Let me do this instead. We got Smoke, we got User, we got Leo, we got Brittany. I ordered one. I watch your videos to set up all my booth. That's cool, man. Thanks for the compliment. See, guys, it's crazy, huh? Like God is like using me as an instrument, even though I'm a sinner. God's still using me as an instrument. Because even broken sticks can still draw perfect circles, right? So if you guys have any more questions, go ahead and post them and I'll go ahead and answer them in front of the entire world here. Yesterday, I gave out a presentation. Yesterday's presentation, in my opinion, was fire because I showed you guys exactly how I make anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000 a month being a photo booth company full time. And, I've been in business for 4 years, and the first year was amazing. I had one 360 video booth, and now I have events all day, all night. But then the industry changed because a lot of people came into the industry, so it became a lot more competitive. Because it became a lot more competitive, I wasn't able to land events as easily anymore. And so I had to find a way to keep my business, afloat. And on top of that, keep my photo booth attendants busy with work. And I was failing the third year. It was, everything was inconsistent. And I was thinking, like, I have to figure this out. So then I started exploring Facebook ads, Instagram ads, TikTok ads, and Google ads. And I finally, like thousands of dollars later, I finally mastered Google ads. I finally mastered conversions. I finally mastered a way to have predictable income every single week, but most importantly, every single month. Google, let's see, wedding photos. If you guys want to also experience that for your business, I'm basically charging for my experience. I'm charging for my time. I'm charging for my knowledge. But this is only for people who are serious about scaling. This is information, of course, I don't release for free. And the reason this information doesn't go out for free, because if I did that, it would just hurt everyone who's actually spending money on ads, because it's strategic. And it's only for the people who are serious investors and believe in marketing, believe in their business. So with that being said, let me circle back to your questions right here, because I know you guys put some questions earlier. Lucky Girl, what's up? Adele, we got the, oh man, some of you guys have the weirdest usernames. Why? It's not, maybe you guys are bots. Maybe you guys just put a bunch of just letters together. It doesn't spell anything. So I'm not going to attempt to say that name. It's just, hey, David, did you post new videos recently? I mean, for the 360 booth? Hold on, guys. I got my manufacturer contacting me. Always. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Working on promo. All right. Be patient, guys. I'm multitasking, but I'm going to get to your questions. I know that you guys, there's a few questions on there, and trust me, I'm going to address those. All right. All right, let's get to those questions here. What up, Miss Carter? What's up, Big P? I saw on one of your videos you have umbrellas. Yeah, I use different umbrellas, Mr.Professional Photo Booth. When you purchase one, it comes with USB Type-C, and it comes with an umbrella as well. So for those of you guys who are wondering, is there any money to be made in the photo booth business? The answer is yes and no, right? Because if you guys don't put in the work, then most likely you guys will probably do like 1 or 2 events for your friends and family. And that was the end of your entrepreneurship journey right there, because you guys just thought that the booth itself would get you events, or posting a video and a photo on Instagram would get you events. It doesn't work that way. In fact, it worked like that many, many years ago. But like I said, guys, because the supply has met the demand, you have to stand out. You have to capture the eyeballs of people when they are online. So you have to gain a lot of real estate online. And the one way that you do that is through Google Ads. And that's exactly what I mastered. So if you guys want to do what I do and want to get constant bookings, and you guys are brand new to the industry, and you guys haven't developed a pipeline of ongoing clients over the last few years, and you want to accelerate your growth, well, this is the best way of doing it. The way that I am doing it right now, it's working, it's tried, and it's true. So back to the questions. I know TikTok works a little different. I know you guys ask questions, but the chat keeps going and going and going. So I'll do my very best. So if you guys are posting questions here on Instagram, make sure before you post your question, copy it. So if I don't get to it, you can just go to paste and send it again, and it stays on top. But I'm going to try to balance both platforms right here. So let's see. All right, a question. Here we go. We got a question from Renee. Hello, David. Great to see you on again. I noticed that the AI face swap feature you offer, is that through Snappic or TouchPix or another type of software? That is going to be primarily through booth.events. Booth.events has made it really simple. And if you guys go, Renee, if you go to any of my videos, you'll see that there's a free trial for booth.events. If you use that link, that's an affiliate link. So that'll give you, I think, a total of 14 days to check those things out. And on top of that, I think what I should do too is I should definitely make time to make even more tutorial videos. It's just right now I have, there's just so many things to do. And sometimes one thing that I still haven't mastered, to be, very transparent with you guys, is I like doing the fun stuff. Like sometimes I don't do the stuff that I'm supposed to do in my business because I have the personality of a dolphin that just wants to like have fun and play and just kind of like live life through doing things that I'm passionate about. But sometimes I gotta be like the manager of the business and I gotta manage my time better. I don't know if you guys have that problem, but I have that problem. That's why I work countless hours because I don't get my priorities straight sometimes. Yeah, but speaking of priorities, I think that as photo booth business owners, we're constantly all over the place wearing all of the hats, which is why I had to sit down for like an entire year and really work on the infrastructure of my business. So now my business is like 90% automated, to a point where a person will go online, type in photo booth rental. I'll come up all the way at the top. They'll go ahead and fill out the form. I'll get notified, and then they get an email brochure. They'll be able to select their plan. They're able to actually pay the retainer. They're able to sign their client agreement. They're able to not only do that, but select their actual photo template. And that all happens online while I'm doing something else. And then I get notified, and then I check my email box, and I can see what template they wanted. So all I have to do is take literally 2 to maybe less than 5 minutes to create that template, because it's already going to be opened up on Canva. And all I have to do is make like 2 changes. It's done. And so that part is amazing. And then what I can do is I can go back into Honeybook and then just countersign the client agreement with just tapping two buttons, and it's done. It's completely done, guys. So that's the kind of workflow that's going to help you scale your business, especially if it's just you and your partner, or if you guys are doing this solo. So, oh, cool. We got some questions here on TikTok. Let me see. Nope, I'm not in a relationship. Well, that was a funny question, huh? The reason why, guys, is when you are pursuing something in life, life is so short, and there's only so many productive hours throughout the day, that if you spread yourself thin, like say you're going to college, and then like you have a full-time job and you're in a relationship, like you're gonna fall short in one of those areas. It just, that's the way it is. Whatever you focus on expands, whether you're focusing on your problems or you're focusing on the positivity. And so for me, I right now, the journey that I'm on is just this works for me. And it's nice to be in relationships. I've experienced that, and but right now it's just, I guess I haven't found someone that's compatible, kind of like on the same wavelength, as far as like, this is what I do, this is my life. Can you come into my life and complement it? If so, then like it could potentially work. But if it is what it is. It's no biggie. So Armando didn't. I'm looking for questions right here, guys, and then I have questions here. Okay, let me get to the questions right over here. So when is this Google course coming? So it's going to be launching, I want to be confident, say by this upcoming Sunday. It'll be the first webinar. What I'm doing is I'm kind of testing the presentation and the offer here. I'm going to be doing that this upcoming week. You guys are going to see me at least once a day on YouTube. And I'm basically getting you guys mentally preparing yourselves, like, to show you, hey, whatever you're doing right now, if it's not working, this is why. Here's how I solved it. That's the goal, is for me to stimulate the possibility that I want to raise your senses. I want to raise your awareness so that you guys can know that you don't have to be a small timer. You don't have to be a small business for so long. You can quickly start scaling your business quickly. So with that being said, every single, if you guys are subscribed, right? Even for the folks here on TikTok, I highly recommend, if you're on TikTok, make sure you guys subscribe to the YouTube channel, because that's where the long form videos go, like the tour videos that are educational videos that are going to help you polish your photos, help you create better videos, understand photography, but most importantly, help grow your business by providing value to the world. So Tom writes, I have that problem, the management piece. Yeah, absolutely. Like, we just want to have, you can't blame us. We're creators. We want to have fun. We want to enjoy what we do. And I want to say that I enjoy 90% of the things that I do. I don't like firing people, but it's part of the job. I hire and fire all the time. That's why it's important to develop those skills and learn how to interview people. And also, when you guys are growing your business and you guys are actually interviewing people, make sure when you guys start growing as a business and you guys start bringing people on, make sure you guys interview in groups. Always interview in groups. It saves you so much time, and you can quickly decide, okay, who I actually feel has some potential. And you kind of get to gauge their capacity during that group meeting. Not just that, but you get to see how they stack up against other people that are competing for the position. So once you guys start scaling your photo booth business and you guys want to play a different role, you guys want to go from the operator to the manager, use Indeed. And then when you guys are hiring, looking for people on your job posting, say that you need photographers for the field, or field photographers / management. And then when they apply for the job, they basically realize it's easier than I thought it was. But the great part for us as the owner, they already have photography skills. They already understand the basic triangle, the ISO, the shutter speed, and the aperture. So that saves us a lot of time and training. We just got to find someone that has people skills and knows how to be punctual and just has a little bit of that spark to make sure that they really show people a good time at the event. A lot of you guys here don't trust people with your business, and forever and ever you will be a small timer. And I say that very bluntly, because these major corporations, they're major because they have thousands of employees. So don't be shy, guys. Just take a chance on people. Take a chance on people, man. Invite Chinese Suso? No, we're not going to invite Chinese Suso to my live. This is my life, homegirl. I don't know you like that. And you know this, man. Let's see. Tom writes, automation is king. Yes, sir. Automations and execution go hand in hand. So I do about $15,000 a month, over 200 events. Couldn't do it without it. Yep, I do it while working a 9. Damn. So Tom is spread thin, but because he has automations on the back end, it's possible. So congrats to Tom. Tom, go ahead go ahead and put your business here on the chat and Instagram. That way people can follow your journey, bro, if that's something that you're interested in. I think if we lead by example, I think that's the best way. So we got Hope here, Hope Swing, that writes, you used to say that it's best to get on the phone because you normally do better at closing the deal. Yes. You used to be semi-automatic and then went back to answering the phone calls. So now it's fully automated. So yeah, you guys have to understand that there's elements, right? There's so many parts to the business. And for us is to find where we can refine some of those actual executions and automations, right? So to your statement, Hope Swing, let me expand on that, and that way you guys can get a better understanding. So you want to automate the grunt work, the work that you're just doing, it almost has zero value. Okay, you want to automate that portion. What you don't want to automate too much is the human aspect of it, that human interaction. So I'll expand on this because I think it's definitely worth doing it. So what automation does for me is this. The client goes online and is looking for our services. They're looking for a local service. That's us, the photo booth provider. I'm ranking at the very top, so I get a big piece of the pie. Some of my actual campaigns list how much our events start at. The reason I do that is because I don't want to attract someone that's cheap, that doesn't have that budget. So when I put packages starting at, and they click on that link, they know more or less how much we are charging. So it's a better match up front, and that saves me money on cost per clicks. because I'm not attracting cheap people, right? I'm not attracting people who are not aligned with my services. So then they click on that, and then they give me their name, their email, their phone number, their event location, and their event date. Just those 5 pieces of information. Oh yeah, and what booth they're interested in, whether it's a 360 video booth, the video confessional booth, or the mirrorless portrait photo booth session. That information gets automated. How? Well, when they hit submit, I get notified, but then my system sends them a brochure with that specific photo booth production they're looking for, and I get notified. Now, if you guys want to close a lot of the bookings, all right, and I'll back up a little bit. So on average, every month, I get 30 people who fill out an actual form. Those are serious people that are really in need of our services. So out of those 30 people, I can easily close 40 to 50% of those people, right? So if it's 30 of those people, and that's almost like 15 events a month, okay? So going back to the statement about automation and then doing some calls, here's what I learned, guys, is as soon as they submit the form and I get notified, and then the email goes out to them with the brochure, I pick up the phone and I try to do my best to pick it up in less than 1 minute and call them. You'd be surprised how much more money you can make by calling them as fast as possible. You don't even give them the opportunity to go fill out another form or call another company or keep browsing online, because you quickly came to their aid. You quickly came to help them plan their event. And this is what I mean by, yes, automations are still in place, but the phone calls are a huge deal. Now, yes, in the future, AI will be taking our phone calls, and AI is going to sound very normalized and human. We're almost pretty much there, right? But because this helps me make more money for my business, I'm definitely picking up the phone because I know how powerful that is. And that right now, automated wouldn't bring me in as much money. And I'm focused on how much I make per my investment. Okay, so once I get off the phone with the client, then now the client has received all of their answers to their questions, and they can continue with the funnel with the form that they already received, and all of that is automated. The payment is automated. The client agreement is automated. Filling out, selecting the template is automated. Them getting a reminder 10 days before the event date to pay the remaining 50% off is automated. So it's almost all automated. So just to expand on that, that's what I wanted to share with you guys about when it comes to closing deals. You close a lot more deals if you pick up the phone. And I know some of us are trying to avoid that. And that's exactly what I try to do. I try to avoid it as much as possible, and it costs me a ton of money, because, you know, like I said, we still need that cadence, that human connection. But, you know, who knows, things might change in the future, but this is actually working really well right now. All right, let's go ahead, and I don't see any questions pop up right here. Let's see if we have any questions right over here. Guys, I'm new to TikTok, and it's asking me if I want to co-host with other creators, and I don't want to co-host with anyone. The reason why is because I don't know who they are. So, all right. So that was a good question. Let me see. Will the offer be on the table of the course after the webinar? I got an event on Saturday and Sunday. So Photo Booth Bomb, that's a really good question. It's going to be a unique offer, and it's going to be during the webinar, but it's also going to be available that the same day, and then it'll vanish the next day. The reason why is because I'll tell you guys right now in advance, is because I'm going to be working hands-on with you guys for 5 weeks. So we're gonna meet once a week, and I'm going to be doing the landing page for you guys, and I'm going to be building the Google campaign with you guys. I can't take on a lot of clients. In fact, I can't even take on clients that live in the same city, because then that would cannibalize the whole concept. So I'm only going to take on a couple of photo booth businesses, because I don't want to spread myself too thin. And then what I'll do is then I'll open up the class again once they're on the right trajectory and they're getting the results. I don't want to bring in a bunch of people and then fall short by not really adding value and giving you guys that support that you guys deserve. So this is why I'm only going to take on a couple of businesses. A lot of people say like, oh, we only have a couple of positions, and they do that because that's called scarcity in marketing. That's called fear of missing out. But I'm doing it because, quite honestly, it's just that's the only way it would work, is if I only take on a small portion and focus on that versus taking on like 10 photo booth businesses that want the offer. And you're thinking like, David, you're missing out on so much money. No, I'm not missing out on so much money. What I am doing though is I'm working at my pace and I'm enjoying it. And that's the most important part, is that you guys actually enjoy it. That's why we do what we do, because we enjoy it. And I don't want to be stressed out. Trust me, at my age, like, you're better off doing something that you enjoy, that makes you feel young, that makes you feel energized, instead of feeling drained. Like, I worked for too many people in the beginning of my early adulthood, and most of those jobs were just to pay the bills, and I didn't love it. So I'm just spending my time a little different here now that I'm a little older. All right, so that's a good question. And here's another question. When doing a 360 booth with an R100, what's a good lens that I can zoom out a bit more? The 18 millimeter. So even the starter kit lens, that 18 millimeter would work out really well, because it's 18 millimeter on a crop sensor camera. So the Canon R100 has a crop sensor, I believe it's a 1.6. So you multiply 1.6 times 18 millimeters, and you get closer to like to 24, I think 24, 26 around there millimeters. So that's a good size right there. The 20 for the one that I have, that I used, it punches in like pretty close, like this much portion of their body, like up to their waist. So that's not too bad, because it does capture like the details, and it does look really cool. And you do get the bokeh effect in the background, like the blurred out background, because it's closer to their face. So that's a good look too. But it's all about what you want to capture, because you're the director. So you basically, it's up to you how you want to capture those 360 videos. Very cool question. Tom writes, I completely agree. Fast response and great customer is very important. I usually get, wow, didn't expect you to get back to me so fast. Tom, preach on, man. That is so true. That's exactly, a big percentage of them will say that. Like, they pick up, like, you call them right away, they're like, oh, wow. And you already wowed them just by calling them that fast. You already wowed them. That is something that you guys got to just like soak it up and apply it immediately. Just by calling them instantly. It's like, oh, you saved me. I have this party, and it's my first time renting a booth, and I don't know. So this is the part where it's like, okay, this is the part where you become their therapist, right? And then during that conversation, you guys become their event planner. Believe it or not, we're event planners. This is how you have to sell your services as an event planner. This is exactly how you land those clients. And then they're going to remember you as not a photo booth provider, but they remember you as a solution specialist. So just wanted to share that with you guys. 8 new messages. Hold on, guys. I'll get back to your questions in a few seconds here. Setting up camera for client. All right, let's continue on with these questions. These questions are getting better and better and better. This is good. I like that. Let's spend. Whoa, it's already been an hour. Sheesh, damn. Okay, since it's already been an hour, guys, let's go fast. Okay, some rapid fire. All right, so you guys post your questions, and then I'm gonna rapid fire as much as possible, because right now in this situation here in my garage, we got a lot of work to do. So let's get straight to it. Okay. We got Mike, I believe. I'm really interested in buying, but I need everything in one package. If that's possible, lead me in the right direction. Mike, if you visit the online store, Mike, here, Mike, I'm going to do this as fast as I can. Okay, Mike, hold on. Mike, are you brand new to the industry? I think you're the DJ I spoke to earlier, right? I'm just gonna assume you're the DJ with absolutely nothing yet, Mike. And maybe people that are on a sideline thinking of getting into the business, maybe they'll get value off of this. So with that being said, I'm gonna go ahead and show you something right quick here, everyone, to answer Mike's question. So here, check this out. Okay, Mike. So Mike, if you want everything, you want to get started right away. This is exactly what I recommend you get. And I'm going to break this down for you piece by piece, as if we were on a phone call. You're going to need a flash. You're going to need a camera. You're going to need pretty much everything to capture the actual photo. This is called the starter photo kit. It comes with the flash, the camera, the SD card, the trigger, and the cables, and the dummy battery. You're going to need a software mic. The software right here is booth.events. Normally, if you go to a website and you see their website, you quickly see that they're charging almost $1,000 for the whole 1 year plan. This includes 4 licenses, and throughout the whole year, you're going to have coverage and technical support. You can get it online here. If you buy the booth, you can get it for $777 plus. You can break this down into payments. Next thing, Mike, if you want the whole shebang, you want to go hard, I would recommend getting this bundle, because this bundle includes Mr. Professional, the umbrella, the USB Type-C, and it includes the actual backdrop bundle. I would recommend getting one side white and the other side black. That's going to be your backdrop. And it comes with the 16-centimeter upgraded base. And then on top of that, if you want to start offering photos as well, Mike, what you do is when you come down to this section right here, it says print cover, printer stand, flight case, I would say get it for the 620A and then reach out to Ruben down here. This is Ruben's number. He has an actual warehouse here in the United States in California. I would say get the DMP 620A. It's a smaller printer, but it's about 26 pounds, but it's the industry staple. And then you would put your backdrop right here. You put black and white. If you want another design, you can go here and select a different design. That's what I would do, Mike. That way, all you need now, Mike, is basically an iPad. So if you own an iPad, what I recommend is make sure your iPad has cellular capability. If it doesn't, you're gonna have a hard time. You're gonna be using your phone as a mobile hotspot, or you're gonna be relying on the venue for their Wi-Fi, and you don't want to go through those struggles. I'm saying this because I've been doing this for too long, and I don't want you guys to go through that experience. So that's what I would do, Mike. So of course, there's other bundles that you can go with, but right now, since you said you just want everything, you want to get started, I feel like you're ready to expand your business and you want to get more money doing what you're currently doing already, then this is exactly what I would say go for, assuming that you don't have the proper camera. Of course, there's other bundles, right? There's other variations. Man, I got to ask for more reviews. This one has 4 people who left reviews. I got people who left the reviews. They took pictures of Mr. Professional. People are loving it. And what's cool about this too, guys, is you get the educational videos. You guys get the access to the video vault. You guys get templates. You guys get masterclass courses. You guys get value, and that's what it's all about. Okay, so that was that, Mike. Okay, I don't want to be like selling my ass off here. I just wanted to show you that I would think that would probably be the best bundle for you. So I hope that helps, Mike. And on top of that, Mike, you can book a 15-minute call to cover more questions regarding Mr. Professional Photo Booth right on the website. You want the customer to feel as though you care and make them feel smile through the phone all the time. People can feel your smile over the phone. That's what I learned when I was doing cold calls for an auto company when I was managing a branch back in the day. I am buying a DSLR photo booth and an iPad photo booth. These are upgrades from my 360 photo booth. Any tips? What I would do, Horizon, is I would highly recommend Mr. Professional Photo Booth, because Mr. Professional Booth is going to come with the DSLR faceplate, and it's also going to come with the iPad photo booth faceplate. So you don't need to go buy 2 booths. This is the world's most versatile booth, Horizon 360 booth. So a lot of folks who have the 360 notice that the 360 video demand is going down. A lot of people are not booking the 360 anymore. So people are waking up and actually starting to order like mirrorless booths. So this is the one that I recommend, Mr. Professional Photo Booth. I'll go ahead and put it here in the chat right here. check that out. Check the rest of the videos out. You'll see how versatile it is. You get the most bang for your buck because it also has a tilting mechanism. You can adjust the camera. And you can use it as a video confessional booth as well. You can use it with any photo booth software. It's like a jailbroken iPhone back in the day. So that's what I would do, Horizon. Of course, keep searching, keep doing your research, and you'll know when you're ready. You're an entrepreneur, so you know how to do your research and make matters make sense. If it makes sense, it makes dollars. So no one picks up the phone and call anymore. That's old school, but it works. Yep, exactly, Tom. No, most folks thinking that the text message thing is gonna work. It's gonna work to a degree, but it does not beat that conversation over the phone. You cover so much ground within 5 minutes of conversation. So yeah, Horizon, thank you for all your incredible 360 booth videos. You helped me get into the photo booth business all the way in South Africa. Let's go. All right. Photobomb. Oh, how did looking into another location for business go? I wasn't looking for another business, Photobomb. I was looking for a residential property. I was going to move out of California, but I'm back in California and it's not permanent. It's just making a pit stop here in California. We get a lot of IG leads, but not converted. Yeah. So Rick, your point is it's on point, man. So a lot of people on Instagram, that's exactly what they're doing. It's so easy for them just to IG you and say how much. And I freaking hate that. I hate it when I get messages on Instagram just how much. It's so annoying. And I guess it's annoying because as us as entrepreneurs, we get that message and we're like, oh, we're definitely going to spend a lot of time with this client. And we're like, no, this is why we automate this portion of it and only pay attention to people that are serious. Most people on Instagram are not serious. They're on Instagram scrolling. If they're serious and they have high intent, then they'll go to the Google search engine. And when people go to the Google search engine, they have high intent. And that's what we want. We want high quality leads. So Rick, I know exactly what you're talking about, man. So what you can do, Rick, is you can do this, Rick, to help you with converting. Okay, Rick. Hopefully, people soak this up as well. If you're getting a good amount of leads out of Instagram, Rick, what you can do is you can have you can have a contact form link, right? So as soon as you get a message from them, instead of going back and forth with them, send them a message with the link to your contact form. So if they're serious, they'll fill out the contact form and then enter the ecosystem that you have in your automation, and then let your automation deal with them. Because if they submit the contact form, then they're serious. If they don't go and fill out the contact form, Rick, they're just wasting your time. And so don't waste time, Rick. That's what I would do. In fact, that's what I did. And before I even did that, Rick, another thing that I was doing is I had a feature where you text like one word and then it does a whole phrase, like a whole paragraph. I forgot the terminology, but iPhones have it. It's like a quick text thing. You're welcome, Mike. Do you think meta ads can work? I think so. I haven't mastered the meta ads world, but the reason I like Google more is because Google, you're a local business. So when you use Google, I like it because you can target certain cities. And because you're a local business, it's important for us to select the exact cities we want to target. I'm going to show you guys something here that I find really interesting. I'm going to show you guys my Google ads, and I'm going to show you what cities I'm targeting. I'm going to show you guys how much interaction I'm getting per city, and how much money I'm spending on city, and how many clicks and conversions I'm getting per city. You know what? If you guys want to see that, just if I get at least 3 people to put in the number 8 in the chat, I'll show you guys. If there's not enough interest, then I'm just wasting my time. But let me get to the rest of the questions here. David, thanks. We are loving our Mr. Professional second generation. Right on. Thank you, Rick. Thank you. Tom, let's see. Also, Google review really matters and helps you Google. All right, we got some 8s. All right, I'm going to show you guys my Google ads. Here we go. People, the folks on Instagram put an 8. You guys, if you guys are on Instagram right here, if you come over to the Google Live right now, it's on my page, the story. You guys can get the visual that I'm about to share with people right now. I'm going to show you guys my Google. All right. Amazon 3666. We still sell the 8x8s, but we optimize and we're doing 7x7 backdrops because I was in situations where, for example, you guys see that back there, that exhaust pipe. Sometimes we'll end up at venues with very short ceilings, and the 8x8 was just too much, too tall, too wide. And it happened a couple of times to a point where I was like, what's the solution to this? And then I thought about it, dude, why am I doing 8x8 if we're not doing like photo booth shoots for NBA players? Like no one ever is that tall 8x8. So instead we're doing 7x7, and it's much better because it's faster to set up. It's less space, but it's just like the sweet spot 7x7. So if you're looking for an 8x8 when you're ordering, just put it on the notes that you own an 8x8 frame so that we send you an 8x8 backdrop. All right, more than let's go ahead and do this. I'm going to show you guys my Google ads here. Let me go ahead and enter my password, and then I'm going to show you guys the business. While I'm typing this information in, go ahead and keep me busy with those questions, because if I get bored, I'm out of here. Retargeting search campaign. Physical attraction, but to my satisfaction, baby, ain't more than just a friend. Fine, we'll fall in love. Locations, here we go. All right, let me share my screen with y'all. Let me share the screen with y'all, homies. Share the entire screen. Give it to them all. Let's go. Can I move this? Can I move myself? Let me see. No, I guess I can't move myself. All right. Locations. Here's my Google account, and I'm going to walk you guys through some important information. This is a mini crash course. There's bid adjustment, clicks, impressions, click-through rate, average CPC, cost, conversion rate, and then conversions and cost for conversion. Let me break this down and show you guys how I'm making good money by simply just investing in ads. All right. So you quickly see here that if I go to clicks and I click here, it's going to give me the cities that got the most clicks, from the most clicks to the least amount of clicks. If I come over here and I click on CTR, it's going to give me the highest click-through rate, meaning when my ad showed up for this city, I got a 14% click-through rate, which means that's a pretty high click-through rate. Now that's important. Clicks are important. Impressions are important. But the most important thing of a Google campaign is the conversion rate and the number of conversions. Remember when we talked about the people going onto our website and filling out the actual contact form? When they fill out the contact form, they hit submit. They're going to get a thank you page for submitting that information. When they hit submit and they get a thank you page, Google records that as a conversion. So if I go to conversions over here on the right side, you'll see that San Bernardino for the month of October, I got 6 conversions. So 6 people gave me their information on the month of October. In Riverside, 4 people gave me their information. In Montclair, 3 people gave me their information. Redlands, 3 people gave me their. So you get to see that I got around 30 conversions. So 30 people within that month gave me their information saying, I need your, contact me. Here's my information, right? And then you guys will see the cost per conversion over here on the right side. It ranges, right? And it's really nice that for Loma Linda, 2 people fill out the form, and for Loma Linda, these 2 conversions only cost me $14.19, but on average, I spent closer to $32 to $34 per conversion. So what does that mean? That means that when you take my budget, my daily budget and my month budget, and compare, you stack this against the clicks to conversions. So basically, if San Bernardino City got 44 clicks, and out of those 44 people that clicked, I only got 6 conversions. So you divide that, you basically get $29.09 per conversion. So every person who submitted that cost me $29.09 for every hot lead, every high quality lead. Now, on a small scale, let's say you guys are barely getting started with ads and you guys get 6 conversions. Let's say, like on a smaller scale, you get six conversions in 1 month, right? If you guys get 6 conversions, if you guys close 50% of those, that's 3 events in 1 month. And you'll see that it cost you $174, but you were able to book 3 events. So those events are going to pay you hundreds of dollars. And this is why I'm winning. This is how I scaled my business. This is how I get predictable income. I told you guys I wasn't playing. I do this full time, baby. Let's go. All right. So what'd you guys think of that? Can I get a thumbs up? If you guys like that, can I get a thumbs up? I'm over here. Please help me with a thumbs up, sir. Thumbs up for the poor, sir. Sir. What the heck? I don't know. That's weird. Yeah. Yeah, if you guys enjoy that quick little mini tutorial of conversions, click-through rate, and all that stuff, hitting the thumbs up always helps out a content creator like myself. Let's see. Hey, I purchased my booth, and this is us know in Saudi Arabia. Thank you for the great products. Oh man, Saudi Arabia. Am I pronouncing it? Lumiva.events. You are very welcome. Thank you for the shout out. Yeah, guys, it's funny, huh? I'm shipping Mr. Professional around the world. Oh man, this is so funny, dude. I'm that one guy that started a business with a 360 video booth and all of a sudden decided to like fix other problems. And I realized like these booths can be better. And so I improved the 360 video booth. And the latest generation is stable, it's nice. And then I said, you know what, I can continue, I can keep moving. And so I worked on trying to build the world's most versatile mirrorless booth, aka DSLR photo booth, aka the most versatile photo booth in the world. Let's go, baby. This is good. That made me feel real good. Because sometimes when I look at like where the booths are being shipped to, I realize there's a lot of activity in Texas, Florida, California. But every now and then we get people out in Canada, Alaska, United Kingdom, Puerto Rico, and only a few been out to like the east side, like Saudi Arabia. So that's dope. Thanks for the thumbs up. Thank you for the shout out, man. All right, let's see. Let me get to the questions here. I noticed that most people do flash. Do you ever do continuous lighting? Have you ever played with both options? Absolutely, man. I experiment all night, all day. Here's the thing, guys. When you guys do continuous light, you guys are going to drain your power banks. You're going to drain your little power stations unless it's hooked up to the wall. But if you're connected to the wall, now you have to run a long ass extension cord so that you can make sure that your continuous light stays bright and stays on the entire event. So now you have to use gaffer's tape to tape down that. And then now you're limited to the venue's areas where there's actually wall outlets, right? So yes, continuous light works, but it's not the most efficient way of doing things. And for me, my setup is all about looking aesthetically gorgeous, efficient, and at the same time, to a point, kind of like a minimalistic, elegant look. So what I do is I use flash. We use flash heads. Like there's different flash heads, and I'm gonna flash you guys real quick. You guys ready? No, check this out. Look. We have different types of flashes, but the most common ones we use is this Godox MS300. The reason why is because it has 300 watts, right? And we usually add an umbrella. Now, if you guys want more power, you can increase the power by turning the knob, but you can also increase the power by adding this reflector, and it's going to amplify the amount of light because it's focusing it on a specific, you know, it's reflecting off of it here, and it's actually concentrating it even more, kind of like a laser. So using a flash is way more beneficial than using a continuous light, because the flash is only going to go off when the picture is being taken, and you're not even using the full 300 watts. So for me, when I'm at an event, right, I'll have my flash, I have Mr. Professional's LED light, I'll have the printer and I have my power bank, and I can run that whole entire show for 6+ hours. It's amazing what you guys can do when you guys get familiar with your equipment and you guys know their specs and you guys actually know how to bring everything in harmony. And so, with that being said, I thought of something not too long ago. And here's what I thought of. I'm going to share this with you guys so I can get some feedback. I thought of, selling courses online is beneficial. It adds flexibility and people can do that on their own time. And I can connect with people from around the world. So selling courses works. Doing one-on-ones online via Zoom and Google, that's pretty cool too. I'm able to like focus on one individual. But I thought of something, and I thought, because the world is changing, right? And I thought, what if, because my photo booth business is on autopilot now, what if I start doing like workshops in different states? For example, let's say I put out ads on Facebook, right? And YouTube. And I'm basically saying, hey guys, I'm going to be out in Texas on December the 4th to December the 7th. It's going to be a workshop. Tickets are $400 per person. We're going to be working 8 hours. So we're going to start off with X, Y, and Z. We're going to dive into the 360 video booth. Then we're going to do lighting. We're going to do prints. We're going to do troubleshooting. We're going to do an entire workshop. So by the time you guys leave that workshop, you guys just accelerated all of your knowledge and soaked up all of my knowledge, 4 years worth. And then we'll have like a meetup the following day to kind of like retest you and quiz you on what you guys learned. For me, I thought, would that be a hit? Like, would people actually go to the workshop to do the hands-on? You guys can bring your own equipment and we can run it. Like, what would you guys say to something like that? If I got to travel around the world and I started doing workshops hands-on in person, what do you guys think of that? Am I being realistic? I mean, I'm up for the adventure, but what I'm saying is, do you think photo booth business owners would invest in that type of immersive experience? Someone said, yes, that would be a hit. And someone, Amazon 366 writes, we would love that. All right, well, there it is. 2 people said it. We're gonna go on tour. Canary Capital Productions is gonna go on tour. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. Man, that would be pretty sick. All right. So Erica writes, but the flash is only good for DSLR booths, right? Or is there a way around to use a flash with an iPad booth? So Erica, for the iPad, you're definitely gonna need as much light as possible. The brighter, the better. And that's the thing, Erica, is that the iPad camera sensor is so small that it needs a ton of light to make sure the resolution comes out okay. And that's why, Erica, I shifted away from iPad booths and only do the actual mirrorless, or AKA DSLR booth. Because, Erica, the iPad is so easy just to like throw on there, maybe play with 1 setting, 2 settings, most part leave it in automatic. But you're gonna stay stuck there, Erica, if you don't start considering learning photography, because you're in the business of photos. So it's mandatory that you guys know the fundamentals when it comes to photography and offer your clients what's basically not only trending, but what's actually becoming real popular, and it's gonna be like that for a long time. So yeah, Erica, it's you're gonna need continuous light for your iPad booth. And like I said, the brighter, the better. You can't use flash with an iPad sensor with a tiny little camera. That would be pretty interesting if iOS made that possible for a third-party company to create an app that allows you to do that. That would be pretty interesting. I'm a professional dancer that thought 50 weekend per year hands-on is always the best. Hop swing. Oh, that makes sense. Hop swing. Hop, because dancers be hopping and prancing, moving and grooving, twisting, dancing. It says, will you sell your honey book? Will I sell my honey book template and automation by itself in the future? Yep. It's exactly what I plan on doing as well. I'm planning to like send you guys the templates in the automations and even photos to help you guys like post photos. That way you guys can like duplicate basically my honeybook, but then just add your logo to it and add your information to it. This is what I mean by like these upcoming webinars. I'm going to be providing you guys with like the right tools to make a difference in your business and make a difference in your life. How to get the Google invite. It's so I'm going to be doing webinars, the G channel dot photo booth. So just stay on Instagram, since you're already on Instagram, and I'm going to be posting it when I'm going to be doing the webinar, so you guys can check out the offers. Okay. Yep. Here we got a question here. Imagine and Creations wrote fire, fire, fire. Absolutely. Hey, with this being said, since we're hanging out right now, can you guys just type the city and state you're in? I want to see where you guys are watching from. I want to see where you guys' business is established. We got Chubby Travels, Infinity Memories, Fire Heart, Fire Heart. Hi, are you able to share your day and night on a DSLR photo booth software? Are you able to share your day and night on DSLR? Chubby Travels, if you're asking me if I can share my like settings, is that what you're saying? I don't think settings, yeah. So watch the latest videos, Chubby Travels. Watch the latest videos on YouTube. You're gonna see how I'm able to shoot in broad daylight and the photo comes out amazing. And then you're able to see how I'm able to expose properly for when it's dark. You'll be able to see those videos. So we got San Diego in the house. Wow, we got San Diego over here as well. We got West Palm Beach, Florida. As I mentioned earlier, Florida is a pretty busy state when it comes to the photo booth industry. We got Miami, right? What do you think about the R50 for a photo booth? No, I don't recommend the R50 for a photo booth. You're going to need an adapter, and it's going to sit up tall on top of the actual hot shoe plus the where's the hot shoe supposed to go. You're going to go with an adapter so the adapter can communicate with the flash. And the R50, even though it's a great video camera, I don't recommend it for the actual capture camera. I owned a couple of R50s just because they're so compact and they're like little powerhouses, but you'll be a lot happier using a Canon R100. And the Canon R100, of course, you will use USB Type-C to USB Type-C. So the Canon R50, just buy the adapter if you don't want to spend money on a camera. But just know that I sold my R50s and I bought Canon R100s. We got Torrance, California. So we got some folks in California. We got Hayward in California, the Bay Area. We got Cape May in New Jersey, mate. Why did I say that like that? That didn't make any sense. New Jersey. We got Toronto. We got Central New York. Damn. Okay, so there is a lot of folks here in the States. Man, watching from another, let's see. Okay. San Antonio, Texas, and San Diego as well. Thanks for all your videos. You helped me so much. I had a question and you're probably already addressed this maybe in one of your videos, but probably missed it. Do you charge customers taxes in Chicago's? I don't charge customers for our services. It's service-based, so I don't charge taxes. And I checked with my CPA, and because it's a service, like I don't have to charge them taxes. I only charge taxes when people buy an online Mr.Professional DSLR photo booth because it's a tangible physical item. So for that, yes, there's taxes. Someone also said, same here, Chubby Travels. That's an interesting name, Chubby Travels. I almost feel like Chubby Travels has a YouTube channel where you go around the world eating food, like trying different food. That's what I think about when I see Chubby Travels. And today we're going to be having pho, but not just any type of pho. This pho is pho amazing. So same here, jumped on the R100 based on your recommendations last year from watching your videos. There you go, man. Whatever I share with you guys is stuff that is working. That's my job as a content creator, to provide you guys with solutions. That way you guys can continue to pay me attention. As a content creator, that's our currency, your attention. So how do we get you guys to pay attention? By offering value. That's it. So content creators should understand that. I hate when content creators, I scroll and I see clickbait. And then I watch the videos like, what is this? This has nothing to do with the thumbnail. And then I realized like, oh man, I got to do a better job with the thumbnail. But like I said, I'm always on the go. So we got Toronto, we got New York, we got Houston. We got a lot of, so it doesn't, so the metrics don't lie. If I look at my sales where my photo booths, Mr. Professional, are being shipped out to, this totally echoes that. Texas, Florida, the New York area, and California are the, so this means that there are so many opportunities in other states for people to go into the photo booth industry and not have to deal with heavy competition. In South Africa, from Horizon 360 booth. I prefer Thimble. I know that Next, a lot of small construction companies use Next, a lot of contractors, but I use Thimble. That's the insurance that I use. And it's important right now, given this time, right now, November, through October, November, December, when you have those larger venues, all those venues are always going to ask for certificate of insurance, guys. We got Chicago as well. And we've been here for 1 hour and 30 minutes, guys. I'm going to wrap it up. If you guys don't have any other questions, let's give us 60 seconds. All right. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and please present those questions. Because the 1 hour and 30 minutes was not super planned, but it happened. So, but I really gotta get on to the next thing. It's 10:38 p.m. here in California. My insurance is a 2 million aggregate, 2 million insurance, and I pay like $54 a month. So I'm solid. Any more questions, even on the Instagram side? Yeah, I took off my disguise. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. If you guys got any value from this live, please don't forget to hit the like button. And that sounds like that sounds so rehearsed. But yeah, the thumbs up helps push this video out to more people in the industry who are in need of answers. We got Young Blood 3072. Thanks, David. You're welcome, man. Are you planning to be at next year's photo booth show in Las Vegas? I'm not gonna go to the photo booth expo, guys, until I am gonna be presenting on stage. That's the goal I gave myself. If I go there and shake hands and talk to people on the floor, that's pretty cool. I did that like 4 times already for the last few photo booth expo. But when I see people on stage, you know, presenting a concept, I tell myself, why am I not on stage? And then I admit to myself, oh, Dave, that's because you get stage fright. Remember? You remember in high school and college how you wouldn't want to do any oral presentations because you didn't want to like present in front of people? And I tell myself, oh yeah, that's right. So then I'm doing it too because I want to face my fears. Like I have a fear of getting on stage and speaking. So I'm definitely want to face my fear. And at the same time, I want to make it a business goal to go on stage and provide you guys with, like I said, massive value and outdo everyone that's presenting on stage. Because people that present on stage, as from being on my end, sometimes they say things that only apply to a very small percentage of photo booth business owners. For me, is I would like to put a message out there and a concept that everyone can use immediately and implement and get results. And so that's exactly what I'm working on right now. And this is exactly why I'm going to be having these webinars, because I figured out how to run a photo booth business full time. I figured out how to have predictable income every single month. I figured out basically how to invest $1 and get $3 to $4 back. And I figured out how to basically accelerate the learning curve and scale the business as quickly as possible. And because it took me a few years, I figured like, since I documented my entire journey and I have a reputation and credibility, I feel like I can actually now go out there and show you guys, hey, this is the blueprint. This is the map. Oh, they should invite me. Even if the photo booth expo doesn't invite me, what I would do is I would rent out a conference room and I'll invite you guys. I'm independent like that. I'm an independent artist. I'm gonna hit the hardest, get money regardless. Do we have a Lurico on the chat? Hop Swing will go. Hop Swing will do a quick introduction dance before I go on stage. Alrighty then, people. I guess it's time for me to dip out of this motherfucker. It was a pleasure talking to y'all. Stay tuned in. Most importantly, hit the notification so that when I put out videos, you guys are notified, because these videos were created for you to grow, for you to apply what's working here in the business. Thank you so much for your love. Thank you everyone here on Instagram. Thank you so much for the balloons. Thank you so much for your well wishes. Keep it gangsta. Later, guys. You guys have a good night. See you, Rick. See you, Erica. Mike. A Boy. Photo Booth. Photobomb. Horizon. Sleek Media. Hop Swing. You guys have a good night. Young Blood. You guys have a good night. Take care, guys. Amazon 366. Take care, guys.